There's only one thing to do.
Drop it. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the RobotnikIsSexy Pokemon Showdown. Straight away, we're gonna have a really awesome turn one. It's a Porygon Z choice specs lead, I can only hope, and it's just gonna completely Dragon Ball Z blow away Hippo down, but he doesn't have a weather provider, so that's okay. I'm gonna paralyze him and then U-turn out. But anyway, hey, this guy's trainer avatar is the janitor, and his name is All I Do Is Sweep, which is funny, because janitor is sweep. Although the janitor sprite is holding a mop, me being a janitor, I am sensitive to these things. So that's the only reason I really use the janitor avatar, is because I think it's a hilarious trainer class in black and white, and because I am a real-life janitor. But anyway, let's get into this shit. This is the beginning of the end of turn 6. Latios is out. DeLorean, my special wall, is here. I should have U-turned here. It would have been really, really smart. Not only would it have been super effective on the Latios head, Latios stayed in, but Scizor with the Pursuit is a dangerous combination. And as you saw there, U-turn does not save you from Pursuit. Which kind of sucks. I kind of wish it did, but then Pursuit wouldn't be as good, so that would suck too. So, yeah, my Celebi is pretty much perfect death fodder right now, which is really unfortunate. Every Keldeo in the world is scarfed, except for his, which seems to be Life Orb. I used Life Orb Keldeo on my Rain team in the past, in the distant past, but I'm going to kill it with Volt Switch and then go into Heatran, and then fool him into thinking that I am the everyday special defensive Tran, when I am an offensive, modest nature choice scarf Heatran who just obliterates that Gengar with an overheat, and then singes that Porygon Z to death. And yeah, that's awesome. Heatran is going to be an important piece of eventually winning, so I'm going to save it for later. Death Fodder Rotom, and then U-turn out with Scizor, and yeah, go back into Heatran and just overheat all of the things. Volcarona is a joke when compared to Heatran. I mean, Volcarona is a pretty cool Pokemon and all, but Heatran is easily the best fire Pokemon outside of Ubers. Easily. The Fire Steel typing gives him more resistances than any other Pokemon in the game, I think. But anyway, that was that match, and now we are going to get into a epically good and pretty honestly lengthy match that I had with some guy by the name of Phil Latio. Just going to have basic Stealth Rock lead turn, where we just both throw out rocks and he's going to U-turn out. And then, yeah, Ferrothorn's in, he's just going to set up more hazards, which isn't great, and I probably am going to throw out a Thunder Wave. He's probably fearing me to carry the Hidden Power Fire, which is very smart of my player to fear Hidden Power Fire from a Celebi, which is why he switches into Landorus Therian to scout for it, but me being a dummy, I'm just going to go for Thunder Wave, which is pretty dumb since the switch into Landorus T is pretty obvious, so I'm going to have to switch into something, and it happens to be Laundry Day, I think, and yeah, he's going to go back into Ferrothorn, but little does he know, I carry the Hidden Power Fire, which is great, but then next turn, Latios is going to crit me with a Dragon Pulse, which really sucked. I am very sure that I would have lived and gotten off a Resto Chesto turn, because that Rotom set is pretty bulky. And yeah, Latios usually doesn't have any special attack investment, unless his does, but I think it has Calm Mind. I think it shows Calm Mind later, so it's probably the standard max defense, whatever, bulky set. So Magnezone is out. It's going to try to play games with Gladys, but Gladys isn't going to have any of that. I'm just going to roar it out. And Latios is in. I'm going to switch into DeLorean, my special wall, to take the Dragon Pulse very nicely, but my health is low. I'm going to make a really risky play, going for a cover. Looking back at this match, I would have probably been better to U-turn, because he could have switched into Landorus T, and it would have been a repeat of the last couple of turns where Landorus T threatens me out with the U-turn, and there's not really much I can do about it, but luckily he does go into Magnezone for some reason, which allows me to get my health up a little bit, and then he goes into Landorus T, and for some reason I'm going to stay in and go for Giga Drain. Well, I didn't stay in. I Giga Drained as he switched into Landorus T, and then I'm going to get the hell out of dodge, go into Pringles, and he's going to crit me with the U-turn, proving that it is not only me who gets the crits. He crit Rotom, which would have... It kind of sucked, because I definitely would have lived and gotten the Resto and the Chesto Berry off, and then he crit the U-turn, which probably didn't matter at all, as I'm just going to recover. But yeah, crits are crits, crits are crits, a crit is a crit, and it's just part of the game, and I don't really care. Tentacruel is going to outspeed Pringles because it has an impressive base 80 or 90 speed, I don't remember. But because it is taunted, and because I have Water Absorb, he's not going to stay in, and I can Will-O-Wisp whatever. And I'm going to proceed to do just that, as Pringles, this physically defensive Smogon recommended Pringles set is very big on Will-O-Wisping everything, and it is really useful. So Magnezode's just going to die. He either switches into it, or I outspeed him and kill him because of the Rain Boost, which is pretty cool. And then I'm just going to proceed into the burning everything. Now I'm just going to switch into Red Dick, expecting a Calm Mind or a Recover, and that's perfectly good. I think I go for a U-turn here. Yes, I go for a U-turn now. And this is important because my brain is going to remember this series of turns, and it's going to be awesome later on. So I'm just going to once again fool my opponent with the Scarf Heatran. Now I do kind of favor my Jellicent, Trick Room, Ttar Sand Team over this one, with the Hippo down and the Rotom and whatnot. But this team, it's been giving me really good matches, so credit for where credit is due. This team does work. I just prefer the synergy between Ttar and Reuniclus and using Trick Room. Using Trick Room anywhere is a guilty pleasure for me, be it VGC or singles. It's really hard to do in singles. Yeah, Latias is in, and it's going to kill me. Yes, it kills me, but now I'm going to Pursuit kill that Latias, because my brain told me, hey, last time he switched out, so I'm definitely nail it with the Pursuit, the Choice Banded Pursuit. That's one good thing about this team. Pursuit on Scizor isn't redundant, because Ttar also can use Pursuit, and Hippo down doesn't learn Pursuit, so Scizor has more of a niche on this team, whereas I gave Scizor Quick Attack on the other team, which I have yet to actually use. It's a pretty useless move, in my opinion, unless it has one specific use that I don't know of, probably to kill water types, I'm guessing, but whatever, it's cool. Speaking of water types, there's going to be kind of a stally Celebi versus Tentacruel standoff. I think we both die, actually. It's kind of a double down. Kind of grim, kind of sucks. Actually, it doesn't suck. It's awesome. Double downs are cool. And what an epic finale for a match. We're down to our last two Weather Provider Pokemon. Usually they get killed off earlier on, but not in this scenario. Because Gladys is slower, I'm going to win the Weather War with the Sand. And he's going to kill me with the Watery Scald or Surf or whatever. And I'm just going to send out that modest Scarf Heatran, get off the overheat. I know it resists it, but the rain isn't up, so it should do a nice amount of damage. And yeah, leftovers negated by sand and some burn damage. And then my last Pokemon is Scizor. Just finish him off with the Bolt Punch. Don't even need Quick Attack for that. And man, what a hell of a match that was. Very pleased with that match. I was just looking through old matches I had sent to myself, and then I watched through that one like earlier this morning, and I was like, damn, that is a good match. Now, this match is not as good, but it's still good. So, this guy named Stupid 2, he is anything but. Using Arcanine to know you is kind of shady. You either have to know what you're doing, or you have to suck a lot. Usually it's the sucking thing, but this guy reads me like an open book because I am very predictable. And he's gonna almost kill my Jellicent with the predicted Wild Charge, and then he's gonna totally obliterate my Celebi with the Flare Blitz. Only problem with that being Arcanine, that's his name. Arcanine almost kills himself with the recoil. That's one big reason why Arcanine is underused instead of overused. Probably. Actually, it probably isn't a factor at all. But anyway, let's get to the match. We're on turn 7. Gengar is out. He's too smart to just switch out because the pursuit on Tyranitar is clear as day. So we're both going to almost die, which is kind of cool. Especially defensive Tyranitar. Mine isn't even fully special defensive. It only has 80 special defense EVs, and that's enough for it to live from non-stab focus blasts, and it's pretty good. So, yeah, Gengar switches out, and some shit happens, and Brighton goes for that Earth Power, which almost one-hit KOs the Kingdra, which is crazy damage, and then it's just gonna kill me and then get picked off by Sand. And Scizor is going to be a real star in this replay, as nothing really wants to face Scizor. I am going to score a crit on Ferrothorn, which might have mattered, but probably didn't because I am Choice Banded Adamant. But, you know, Ferrothorn is a Ferrothorn. Nothing makes it die in one hit, usually, so I don't know what he could have done. Leech Seed, Protect, maybe annoying stuff like that, but I have the Scarf Heatran once again. I guess the theme of these matches is, hey, I have 2 Sandstorm teams. I may prefer the Trick Room one, but Scarf Heatran wrecks like a mother trucker in the other one, and it is awesome when it works, and it works like 90% of the time. But those are going to be my matches, YouTube. If you enjoyed them, leave a like, rating, and a comment, and all of that, and I will see you later.